live. Okay, let us do this again. My goodness. Let's try this again, guys. Join me on live. If it's just me too, then great. I can just start this live myself and you guys can catch up on the video later. And so sorry, I'm having to use my webcam. Wait, is this working? I hope you guys can hear me. Check 1 2 1 2, hopefully. Hi guys, thanks for joining. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, perfect. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for joining me. Oh man, where is my phone? Wowzers. Okay. I honestly thought I would be in here by myself. But thank you so much. I'll give this like 2 more minutes and we can start chatting. But I hope you guys are doing well. And I was trying to connect my Sony camera to this, but you know, we're just now starting these live streams, so we'll do better with production next time. We will do better. All right. Guys, let me know that you're here. Although I see like 13 people are watching, please say hi in the comments. I want us to engage. And this session is a little bit of just, trying to catch you guys up until what's been happening in the life. And also if you guys have any questions that you want, that you want me to address, I can for sure address here on this live. But I'm so glad to have each and every single one of you join me here today. So yes, let me know once you get on. Say a little hi in the comments. Thank you guys so much. And I will start, honestly. Let's just get into it. Hi guys. Thank you so much for joining me today on Sunday. Honestly, did not have time to vlog. Oh my gosh, hey Brandy. I did not have time to vlog this week because life as you know it has gotten so busy. I think I'm managing like 10,000 jobs at the moment. And yeah, so I just decided to do these live streams. And I don't know if there are things that you guys want to share with me. If you guys have also started businesses, if you guys are nurses, nurse practitioners who started businesses, we can bounce ideas off of each other. I think one of the only sure ways out of this rabbit hole called adulting, you guys, is to create your own path, which is what I'm trying to do. With venturing out on my own. But hey girl from Delaware, my goodness, we went to the same school. Mary, how? But actually, you know what, I don't go there anymore. So what school did we go to together? Leave it in the comments. Let me know, what school did we go to together? That is so funny. But just a little bit more about myself, you guys, just to catch y'all up on what this is. Oh yeah, Chamberlain. Oh my gosh, I thought you meant we went to like the same middle school, high school, elementary school. I was like, oh, I know you, but yeah, I went to Chamberlain. But did our paths ever cross? I don't think so. Chamberlain is just such a unique, such a unique schooling experience. But please, guys, I'm going to start sharing just the journey. Just the journey, and just drop questions as we go. But yeah, as y'all know, my name is Michelle. I've been in the medical field now for about 8 years, and I have a true passion to help people. And I'm trying to figure out how I can make this work without. Oh my gosh, it is FNP week this week. did I not know that? How did I not know that? I need to be better. Um, but yeah, so the only way to make it out in this matrix is to create your own path. And I hope that, by watching me, you guys are also encouraged to want to step outside of the comfort zone and to create your own path. Funny enough, when I posted last week's video about me, looking at places, searching for my a space to run my business, somebody commented, "Oh, you're going into business and medicine? You must love stress." And I sat there and read that comment, and I'm like, maybe I do love stress. Like, who in their sane mind will forgo a W-2, a very stable W-2, to want to venture out and do something on their own, which is why it's so imperative to have a pretty solid why, because that's literally the foundation of like what's going to catapult you into your actual business. And I think over the years, I have developed a pretty strong why, as to why I want to do this, right? Why I want to do this. And I have a strong passion for my community, you guys. I shared in the last vlog about experiencing the the need for providers in a marginalized society. I explained to you guys that I experienced a nurse practitioner who was Cameroonian and all of that good stuff, but that's a part of the why. And I feel like just the impression, creating my own business, honestly, guys, has been impressed in my heart even more so as of late. Just to share a little bit more of like my life that I have not shared here outwardly on YouTube, but relationally, in my immediate family, we're dealing with some health is my someone in my immediate family is dealing with a health problem that I truly believe, if it wasn't for the language barrier, could have potentially saved their life. Or not saved their life because they're still alive, could have potentially changed the trajectory of like where they are in life at the moment. And I feel like having a primary care provider who genuinely can, explain things in a manner in where patients can truly understand is what potentially could have saved my family member here. And this is all adding into my why as to why I want to be literally the best primary care provider to people who may not have access to a primary care provider. And I just don't want to do a regular primary care. I'm not sure if you guys have been to y'all's doctor's offices or if you guys have seen your providers in a while, but I feel like it's become such a business now that people are not spending time with their primary care provider. It's like when I was applying to other jobs, I realized that, there was a common theme of how long the time span I could spend with my patients. Basically, my new bosses were telling me that, Michelle, 20 minutes max with each patient, regardless of why they're coming in there for, you cannot spend more than 20 minutes with your patients. And I'm like, wow. Okay, with that, they're expecting me to see at least four patients, you guys, in an hour span. At least four in an hour span. And if you work in urgent care, it's way worse. It is way worse if you work in urgent care, and where they're expecting providers to see patients in like 10 minutes. And that is why I honestly don't ever want to venture into urgent care, because on the internal medicine side and the primary care side that I work in, I see a lot of patients come back, for their follow-ups after going to the urgent care and not being properly diagnosed with whatever issue they were dealing with. How can you create a succinct plan for a patient if you only have 10 minutes to spend with them? You guys, the healthcare system in this country, in as much as I love being a part of it, it's broken, it's flawed. And if I can make a difference by, create paving my own path, then, I welcome all the stress that it comes with. I welcome it all, because I know that I can make a difference. And just referring back to the familial, issues that I have going on right now, concerning my family member, I genuinely believe that, if this person, if if their providers had just not, I don't even blame the provider. I blame the patients, my family member, and the provider. It's a complete, it's a twofold thing. Let me say, if they had that attention, if the provider had more time with the patient, the proper interventions would have been made. Therefore, the consequences that we're experiencing now would not be there, if that makes sense. So I truly want to go into this business with all the right motives, and as much as it is lucrative, you guys, creating your own business is lucrative, especially in healthcare. It is lucrative, I will not lie to you guys. My why is not the financial reasons. Like, I'm not going in there because I want to make millions of dollars. Shoot, the business can fail, but for sure healthcare is definitely a I want to say a safe bet, because nothing is ever like bulletproof, but healthcare is a good sector to go into. But that's a little bit of the why as to why I really want to do this. And I do welcome all the stress. I am built for it. I am ready for it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the chat so I can know that, I'm touching on things that we all want to talk about, we all want to know about. And if it's not even related to healthcare or nursing or whatever, just let me know what y'all are thinking in the comments. But yeah, I did not even know that. I guess this upcoming week is FNP week, but that is a little bit more of my why. So just going back off of the vlog from last week, I decided to go searching for a potential location. And I think what I have decided to do is to just start small, instead of going out there and finding an actual building. As of now, at least for the first like 6 months to a year of the business being open, depending on how fast it grows, I think I'm going to stick to the more one telemedicine route and the concierge medicine route. If you guys do not know what concierge medicine is, it's basically doing primary care in a different way, and where you are offering services that would you ever take students still, would you ever charge them, or do you believe it's wrong to charge? Oh, that's a good question. But let me explain what concierge is real quick. I am actually, let me not. I'm not for certain that I'm going to do concierge. I'm caught between direct primary care and concierge, at least from the beginning stages of the business. So concierge medicine is basically a membership based primary care, and where you are charging your patients a membership fee monthly or annually, depending on how I structure it, on to see them. And with that, it comes with them, you know, it comes with them having like superb service, like superb customer service. Whatever it is whatever issues they had with their primary care providers, they're expecting a complete 180 by coming to you. This is why they're paying a membership fee monthly to stay in your practice. And I know this sounds a little bit much like, if I have health insurance, why would I pay for a membership service, to get the same kind of treatments I would get, with my primary care. This is why I want to go back to what I said earlier, and where that the fact that they've made healthcare into such a business that patients are, one, waiting months before they can book an appointment. That's number one. There is a demand. And number two, when you do go see your primary care provider, there's a time limit. You're not about to be there for 30 minutes, 45 minutes talking about your problems, because they're not going to let you do that. They will not let you do that. So creating this membership style way of accessing your doctor ensures that, one, you get heard, because they're literally there for you. They're with that they're stating that they're going to be there for you, through text, through calls, 24/7. Like, they're literally there for you. So patients are more at ease, I would say, with that style of practicing medicine, in where they can fully depend on their doctors and slash providers slash mid levels. So that's one thing. That's the concierge. And with concierge, you are still able to bill insurances for like your annual physicals and stuff like that. So on top of the membership fees, You can also bill insurances for, the bigger costs, or like for their labs and stuff, they can still use their insurances. So you're not saying, okay, come to me so you can forgo your insurance, because insurance is always important for like catastrophic, things that can happen to you, accidents, unforeseen things. It's always great to have health insurance, but paying the membership fee is like an extra bonus to receive the best care you can possibly receive. So that's concierge medicine. And then we have direct primary care, in where that is also a membership style practice. But with that, they do not accept insurances. So whatever the membership fee is exactly how much you're paying. And they have like other deals with like imaging centers, lab centers, and where you get things at a discounted rate. But I think in order to go through that route, I have to be well connected in my community, and I'm not right now. So um, I looked at the direct primary care stuff, but I think I'm gonna try to create the business more so through the concierge route as of now. But we're still in the planning process, and this is just me, my brain thinking out loud. Unless somebody wants to come invest in my business and give me $50,000 to just start, then sure, let's build out the clinic. Let's get 3 exam rooms. Let's build it out. So, you know, yeah, that's where we're at right now. Let me go ahead and just answer some questions. Now I graduated 1 year before you. Happy FNP week, by the way. Hi guys, thank you for joining. Um, okay, so would you ever take students? And if so, would you ever charge them, or do you believe it's wrong to charge? Oh, this is such a good question. So on the graduate level, I think you could answer this twofold. I was a student who paid somebody to learn through their practice. So I understand how students feel needing to pay a clinic to learn. I also, with my degree, I had practicum sites in where I had to pay versus practicum sites in where I did not have to pay. And I will tell you this: the practicum site that I did not pay, in as much as they were, willing to take me on and grant me favors, they weren't like obligated to make sure I learn, if that makes sense. Like, they weren't obligated to make sure I learned because I'm just there to kind of help them out, essentially. At least that's how I felt while I was there. I was kind of an extra body to help them out, if that makes sense. Meanwhile, the practicum sites that I actually paid money for, and this is, mind you, 2001, 2022, 2020, no, 2023, I didn't pay anybody. So 2001, 2022 is when I was in my practicums. And the site that I had to pay, my site for one class, I think I paid $1,000 in that clinical site. And with that, the preceptors were obligated, because I have paid money, they were obligated to make sure that they taught me well, if that makes sense. So there it comes in two folds: paying versus not paying. That's one thing you can take from that. Secondly, now that I'm trying to be a business owner, I can understand why a practice would want they would want money from students in order to learn. From the business side of things, I can understand, because keeping the lights on at that clinic site, X, Y, and Z, there are bills to pay, and they have to figure out a way to get extra income into the practice. So it's twofold, honestly. But I don't believe that it is right to overly charge desperate students to come learn in your practice. If if you're charging a ridiculous amount, then obviously it's wrong. So as far as answering this question, I know I went around the bush, but I don't necessarily think, oh, would I ever charge them? I think if I know the person, to be honest, if I know the person, then I don't think I would, because I've been in their shoes before. But if this is an outsider coming in, just to make sure that contractually, like, we're all on the same page, and also because I am a startup, I will consider charging, and I'll make sure that it is reasonable and nothing too crazy. Um, but yeah, I don't believe it's wrong. I don't believe it's wrong to charge, because to even go through college, like, my undergrad, I had to pay money to learn, so I don't think it's wrong to charge students to pay. But definitely I think it's the school overall. It's the school's responsibility. Whatever school you decide to go to, it is their responsibility to find you practicum sites and to pay for those practicum sites for you. It's not right when they leave it to the patient, to the students to figure that out themselves. That's where that is where, like, the problem stems from, not necessarily the students. Okay, so number 2, I'm a 1099 contractor and moving into the telehealth sector with great malpractice insurance. Wow, that is so great. I am using dang, what are they even called? Sorry guys, I'm like searching up my malpractice insurance people. And somebody's probably like, Michelle, why don't you know this off the top of your head? Please, life is stressful. Girl, I'm gonna put it in the chat in a little bit. But they're the only ones I am aware of from, this is from my business side of things. The practice that I'm currently under have a malpractice insurance for me already. So like I don't have to worry about that when it comes to the primary care, the internal medicine practice I currently work with. And as far as the 1099, so this new job that I got, they are covering my malpractice as well, but it's always good to have your own as well. But I can share the company I'm using for my business. And they seem to be the most reasonable, to be honest. I don't know why I am. Okay, it's called Berksey. Okay, so next question. But Mary, I think your company, like whoever you sign a contract with, should also have insurance for you. You don't necessarily, I don't think you necessarily have to have one yourself, because the 1099 that I have at the moment are covering me, if that makes sense. All right. Are you going back home again for December? Oh my gosh, sis. That was the plan. That was the plan. I that was the plan. But then with me transitioning between jobs at the moment, it's kind of holding me back, because how can I tell them I want vacation right when I'm starting? So I had all the intentions of being in Ghana this January, especially with GDNA. I was going to be volunteering with them with some of the things they're doing, but I've had to put it on pause. I don't want to say no just yet, because I would love to be in Ghana. So I'm still trying to figure out if I can be in Ghana. So to answer that question, am I going home? It's a 50-50. How long did it take me to become a nurse practitioner? Okay, so overall, Michael, I'll start from, obviously you have to have your bachelor's before you can become a nurse practitioner. So I was a nurse I graduated with my BSN in 2017. I did not start school until 2020, but this was COVID time. I was doing part-time schooling, so I didn't jump into a full full year school. Let me say it was part-time, full term. Let me say full time. Oh my gosh, Michelle, full time schooling was part time, and because travel nursing was going on at the time, I took a pause within my program. I could have gotten my degree within 18 months. And as much as I was doing it part time, I was like doubling up on my classes because I had all the time in the world to do that. So initially with my didactics, I was taking 2 courses at a time with Chamberlain. But then once I got to practicums, I couldn't do that anymore. But doing so in the beginning helped me because 2020, I started school. 2021, I took a break because of COVID. I was doing travel nursing, I was making money. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put school on pause right now and go chase that bag. So I did that. And then I resumed school in 2022 and then graduated eventually 2023. So overall, I would say it took me 3 years when I was active, but this was at a part time pace, if that makes sense. So yeah, it took me 3 years. They do, but I'm going to be doing 100% telehealth, working on different platforms. So I'll be with multiple companies. Mary, you need to put me onto this job because that sounds like a really good job. And you're doing telehealth. That is amazing. Um, but that is so cool. How many years have you been practicing, Mary? Let me know in the comments if you're willing to share. And another question, what advice do you have for a new grad psych NP? Oh man, that is so funny. So I was talking to another psych provider yesterday, a family friend, and he was telling me that he's been a psych provider for 4 years. And, he really enjoys what he does. He loves his job. He works with the adolescents for one of the major hospitals in this area. And even though he's been a psych NP for 4 years, my immediate reaction was, why aren't you opening your own practice? Because that's what I hear a lot of psych providers doing. Like, people are out here just popping up practices and they're actually successful at their practices. So I'm like, you've been practicing for 4 years. Why are you still working for a big corporation? And then he goes on and tells me that he feels very comfortable being where he's at. He works with 4 other doctors who have made his process so seamless. They've coddled him, they've taught him well. He feels confident working with them. They respect him. That's a very important thing. They respect him, even though there are some certain patients who prefer the doctors. The doctors make sure that there's no disrespect to their nurse practitioner. And because he's found himself in such a healthy work environment, he feels comfortable staying there for 4 years. And he told me that he knows friends who have their psych NPs who ventured out into creating their own businesses, but are coming to him with questions on managing what he considers very simple cases. So the best advice I would have for you is to find a solid foundation to get your experience in. Wherever you decide to work, just make sure they are well-rounded. The providers there, the doctors there respect you and your expertise, and that they create an environment for you to learn, because that's the foundation of everything that comes next for your career. So just try your best to get a job in a healthy work environment, and just water every seed that they sow in you, because that's your foundation. So that's the best advice I got for you. If I weren't a nurse, what other healthcare profession would you be doing? Can I say, if I wasn't a nurse, can I just be some rich man's wife? Can I say that? I want to be a rich man's wife who's a stay-at-home mom. I'm literally like a contradiction, because I'm over here wanting to start my own business, wanting to do things by myself, like the strong, independent woman I am. But then in an alternate universe, I would want to just be a stay at home. Yeah, I'm just joking. Am I joking? I don't know. I would be bored out of my mind just knowing my temperament. I don't know. Could I do that? But on a serious note, if I did not choose nursing, what would I do? Whew. I think I would have been in finance, you guys. I think I would have done something in finance, go to Wall Street and make the money they're making over there and deal with the wahala they're dealing with over there, because Yeah, that's what I would have done. Be on Wall Street. That is so funny. Okay, another question. Um, I want to purchase my first home, but I'm stressed out. Any advice for first time buyer, especially single black girl? Sorry, is it out? It is out of the context. Girl, any y'all ask me any question. This is why I'm here. Like, we're getting to build a stronger relationship. Um, so my best advice to give you as a first time home buyer. Number one, don't buy a house. Don't buy a house. Not yet, anyways. Because if I could go back in time, and as much as I love my house, you guys, I love it. I felt so proud building it from the ground up, all this other stuff. But if you can talk to anybody, I would say just save that money and eventually pay like half of the house upfront when you get it. Because that principal to interest ratio is not fair. It is not fair. It is not fair. So, girl, I know you want to purchase the home. Just make sure that you have not at least 20% of your down payment down. At least 20%. Not 3%, not 5%, not 10%, 20%. And the reason why I'm saying 20% is because it cancels your PMI. These are extra fees that you're paying for that you would not have to pay for if you had at least 20% or more of your down payment down. So, if you want to buy a house in this economy with the interest rates this crazy, I personally would not do it. I would just keep, accumulating my money to get to the point where I can at least pay for half of that mortgage down. If that makes sense. So, but if you do, let me give you advice. If you because you said you want to buy a house, you want to, I would say have at least 20% saved for that down payment. On top of that 20%, have another 10% or at least like another 30K just for like, the getting your blinds in. Because when you get the house, you're just getting the house. Sometimes it doesn't even come with a refrigerator, depending on like, the builders or who you're buying the house from. There's going to be some renovations that you're going to have to put into the house. So just make sure you have a pretty good cushion. And if you don't have 20% down, sister, please don't get your house because you're going to end up paying the banks more than you have to, you know? That's my advice. But if you have more questions, please ask. Please ask. Um, what are my thoughts on the recent Virginia elections? Oh my gosh, we're getting political. You guys, and please don't cancel me for saying this, but I definitely believe that, free speech is allotted to everybody. But seeing the climate of our government, I don't want to stress myself out with involving myself in it, to be honest, because I feel like it's one big system. If you vote Democrat versus if you vote Republican, I think all the parties are the same. They're just there's a different mask on each person. They're a different mask on each person, and I feel like I don't ever want to get into politics in this country ever again because it's you're guys. I don't ever want to do that. I did not vote in Virginia this time around because I just think they're all the same people. They're all the same people, to be honest. It's just all the same people. Whether you vote Republican or Democrat, they're the same people. Um, at least that's where my mindset is as of 2025. As of November 9th, 2025. This is how I'm thinking. So I might change my mind in a year. We'll see. Um, what are your thoughts on the okay, we did that one already. Okay, what are we doing in this live question? Bellanova, what are you doing here if you're asking me this question? Is it true what they say about nurses eat their young? Oh, for sure. Yvonne, for sure. But I feel like in in the world in general, you have to stand on your own. You can't allow other people to belittle you, to bully you. So it's just a concept, a human concept that you have to understand. Whether you're a nurse, whether you're a doctor, whether you work in accounting versus law school, we all experience similar things, but just with different masks on, to be honest. But yeah, people will try to intimidate you. That's basically what nurses eat their young is. And where there are more seasoned nurses, more seasoned coworkers who will try to demean you, belittle you, and you just have to be strong and confident in who you are so that you don't let anybody talk to you sideways. And funny enough, you guys, I told you I have like 10,000 jobs. So I have a PRN nursing job that, I go to occasionally. And I recently like got this job just because it's really close to my house. And I'm like, I never know when the next COVID would happen. So I need to still keep my foot in the nursing door. So I got this new job at this hospital nearby. And I've been there for like maybe 3 months or something like that. And the manager texted me asking me to pick up because as PRN, I'm only supposed to work like 4 shifts in like 6 weeks, nothing big. So I'm like, okay, I'm off this day. Let me go help. There's this one particular nurse who thought she could try it with me. And she's like, mid 50s, older woman who probably just, is very miserable and does not like her life. And she thought she could try it with me, as this newbie that's walking into this new field. So, mind you, I picked up a shift. The manager asked me to pick up, so I picked up the shift. 15 minutes before my shift is over, the charge is like, oh, and this is in the PACU, by the way, so very, very soft nursing. The charge is like, oh, Michelle, can you help this other nurse, discharge her patient so she can go to lunch? And then at 3, when I was supposed to come out, get off, she would come and relieve me so I can leave because I only came to help them. So, mind you, I'm like, I tell the nurse, hey, I'm going to relieve you for your lunch. I'm going to finish up with this discharge. Y'all, the nurse wanted to get out of there so bad because, I don't know, she wanted to get out of there. So she only tells me about one patient she was taking care of. Mind you, if you guys have ever been in the PACU before, it's a very open space and with just blinds. So there was another patient next door, but she did not tell me about that patient. The blinds were pulled. So all I was focused on was helping out this one patient get dressed so they can go. But that patient, child, anywho, I was helping that patient. I helped that patient at 3 o'clock. The charge did not come relieve me. So I'm like, I have places to be. I gotta go. So I'm like, I go to the charge. I'm like, hey, you said you'll come relieve me. Um, you're not here yet. She's like, oh yeah, it's okay. This other nurse is gonna come relieve you. So I was like, okay. So I'm helping out that patient. I'm staying past 3 o'clock. This is mine just like 3:15 at this point. The other nurse comes and she's just so rude to me, you guys. She is so rude. And I'm like, oh, actually, no, she didn't come to me. I had to go to her. I was like, hey, so and so, you're supposed to be relieving me. Can you come so I can, tell you about this patient? And then she mentions the other patient that was next door that I had no idea about. And mind you, I'm relieving somebody, the original nurse, to go on her break. So she's like, oh, okay, can you tell me about this other patient? And I'm like, oh, I had no idea that patient was there. I was not taking care of the patient. And then she goes, in front of the patient, guys, so this patient has been here for 45 minutes without a nurse. And I'm like, how can you neglect a patient for 45 minutes? And I'm like, hold on. First of all, you have no context of what's happening. Like, no context. You're just making these blatant statements. And mind you, now this patient who's fully awake, who's ready to go home, can hear that, can hear you say that they've been neglected for 45 minutes. You're making the hospital look bad. You're making me look bad. You're making your manager look bad. You're making the charge nurse look bad and all the nurses in this facility look bad because the patient is hearing that they're being neglected, with which is false. Oh, sorry guys, which is false. But this is the kind of things that happens. There's a lot of passive aggressiveness that goes on in nursing, and you just got to stand firm. You got to stand firm and defend yourself. And literally, you guys. So, in conclusion, long story short, after that she talked me sideways like that, I go to the charge. I'm like, hey, my time is up. I have to go. Da 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 da. Please take care of it. The charge is like, yeah, I'm going to take care of it, Michelle. So sorry I kept you here longer. I told her, you know what? I can't stand this atmosphere right now. I'm going to go sit somewhere else to chart. So as I go there to chart, you guys, the charge nurse ends up taking that patient out because the other nurse was making a big fuss about nothing. So the charge nurse ends up taking that patient out. She takes the patient out. As she's coming back, she sees me charting and she apologizes again. She's like, Michelle, I'm so sorry I kept you here longer than you should. But then I was so heated from that interaction with the other nurse. I was like, hey, is there someone I can talk to about her behavior? Because that's not acceptable. And then she was like, yeah, Michelle, you can talk to the nurse manager. And I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm like, let me just finish charting real quick before I go talk to this manager about this other nurse's behavior and how she's made the whole like pack you look because of her comments. And so then I'm like charting. That same nurse, you guys, comes back and apologizes. She's like, Michelle, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for being rude. I didn't mean to be rude. And I was like, yes, you were very rude. Literally, you guys, I literally had it up to here because I don't know who she thought she was talking to. So I was like, you were very rude. You were very abrasive. Now we have patients in the PACU thinking that they're not being cared for, all because of your actions. I didn't tell her though that I was going to the manager because that is something that I wouldn't want to tell her. But for her to come back and apologize to me, said a lot. So I'm like, you know what? Strike one. That is strike one in my head. I didn't end up going to the manager because she put her big girl pants on and came and apologized to me. And I accepted her apology because she apologized. But those are some petty things that be happening, guys. Those are petty things that happen in the hospital. So if you're a new nurse, just be aware that you'll encounter rude people and that you should just stand on your ground. Oh my God, stand on your ground. Stand firm and don't let anybody treat you like without respect. Because at the end of the day, like if you treat me with respect, I'll treat you with respect. But yeah, those are some really petty things that happen. Okay. Do you suggest using bank loans, grants, or personal finance to start your business? Oh my gosh, this is such a good question. So I would not suggest getting a huge loan, but I would say I do have a business credit card. Oh, sorry, guys. I do have a business credit card. As long as you're able to make the payments on that credit card and you're not in debt, then definitely get a business credit card. I haven't personally taken out any like major small business loans from anybody. So I'm financing this with my money and this credit card, paying it as I go. But y'all, grants are also very important. If I can find somebody who writes out grants or who's able to, you know, get me some grants, and then I would love to use them. But overall, I do need to sit down and research what small business grants are out there that can possibly help me get off my feet because this is expensive, you guys. This is expensive. I had to pay my lawyer just to create a contract. And just to give you guys a little bit of context of like what money goes into this, I had to get a lawyer to create a contract between me and my medical director. And I didn't want to just get a generic contract because, you know, who's getting sued? Nobody, not Michelle. So yeah, I contracted a lawyer, guys. And just for her to create this contract, that was over $1,000. And that was a discounted price she was giving me. So yeah, it's expensive. It can get expensive. So I would say get a business credit card for sure so you can build your business credits. Secondly, personal finance goes a long way as long as you believe in the business that you're creating. And grants, I need to research some grants. If you guys know any grants, please drop it in the comments and I would love to apply to them. But nothing crazy, no small business loans or anything. Even their credit card is a loan, if that makes sense. Did you get a real estate advisor? Did I get a real estate advisor? I did not. I did not because I thought I could do bad all by myself. So I did have at the time, though, I did have a financial advisor. I did have someone who was helping me manage my money, and they gave me all the advice in the books. And that's how I even knew about the PMI, to be honest, having 20% of your down payment to pay so that you can override that PMI. He gave me that advice. So I definitely think if you can get a real estate advisor and see how they can um, help you make the best decision for you, you know? So, yeah. Um, is the DMV my forever home? The DMV is so nice. Yeah, girl. It's nice and expensive over here. But no, I have not been able to move out of out of Virginia. Like I have not been able to move out of Virginia after all the years of, doing travel nursing, even the thought of possibly going to Cali to be a nurse there. I just have never gotten the chance to really venture out or even go to Texas or like New York. Like the world is so big, you guys. And I wish in my 20s I had taken up that opportunity and traveled. I really do. But the DMV my forever home? Ghana is my forever home. Ghana, the country Ghana is my forever home. So, but this is like a close second. So I don't know if I'll move out of the state to another state. I don't know. But like when my retirement years, I'm most likely going to be in Ghana. Um, I'm in nursing school now. I'm in clinical. So nurses are so mean. Yeah, they are. They are very mean. They are very, very mean. But you just build up the courage to keep being you. Once again, have a good memory because people are gonna try to lie on you. Like if you're gonna do anything, just have a pretty good memory because people are going to try to lie on you. I remember back in school, this L&D nurse really tried to lie on me, you guys, to try to get me kicked out of nursing school. The devil is a liar. So just have a good memory of like the things you do, what you say, because they gonna try. Um, yeah, you got it. Did you consider opening in the neighborhood state to save money and have a medical director by working independently? That is such a good question, Bree. I really did. I did because I'm like, "Ugh, why am I in Maryland? Why am I felt like going to Maryland back and forth was to expose me to the fact that I could potentially do this on my own. Um, but I have this house here in Virginia and I have to be a resident of Maryland. So that would mean I would have to sell this house, move to Maryland or even to DC. But I never desired to live in DC, to be honest. It's too crazy over there. But Maryland, for sure, the thought came to mind. I'm like, maybe I can rent out my house and, get an apartment in Maryland so I can have my residence over there. But I think the community I want to reach is here in Virginia. So this is why I am sticking to this area because this is where the community that I'm really trying to impact lives. So yeah, I don't think I'll be moving to Maryland. You're right. I could be practicing independently there without my medical director, but God being so good, I found a medical director who's not charging me an arm and a leg because that's one thing they're going to do. Before I even start this practice, they could be charging you at least like $1,000 a month or $10,000 a year, to be your medical director. Thank God I'm not in a situation like that. My medical director is awesome. She's somebody I actually worked with while I was in the hospital. So we've created a contract that works for the both of us. So it's working out. Um, Thank you, Martin. You're the best. You could make so much money with a clinic in Ghana. Mimi says maybe one day we can do it. Maybe one day we can do it, but for right now we are staying in America. How is dating? I was afraid of this question. How is dating in your 30s, Michelle? Any tips? Monique, girl. I've realized that I'm a very complicated person. I realized that I'm a very complicated person, you guys, because the easy way out, for some reason, I'm like, so like I'm resisting easy, let me say. But all in all, dating my 30s is going splendid. It's going great. God has been really good. He's brought plenty of options into my life, but I'm the problem, you guys. I'm the problem. So that's that. But we're being serious. We're being serious. Any tips? Any tips? I would say take your time. Take your time. Take your time as in we will never get we will never get these ages back. And things are only going to keep getting serious, meaning you're going to be responsible for another human being. You're going to be responsible for some children you're going to have. You can never be this selfish ever again in your life. Therefore, this is the time to hopefully set up the proper, foundations for when the time comes that you do get married, that you do have children. Because I truly believe that that's the desire for 99% of women. We all want that. But what it could look like can vary person to person. So one, choosing, like making sure you choose the right partner. And secondly, financially, like you got to make sure you're okay. Because those are extra stressors that can hinder your life, that can actually cut your life short. Y'all, being a primary care provider, I take care of a lot of women, and and just from observing how each woman presents based off of their marital status or based off of their relational situations that they're going through, like it hinders, not hinders, but it impacts your health, you guys. Being with the wrong person impacts your health. People are dealing with palpitations, people are dealing with anxiety, people are dealing with high blood pressure, they're dealing with crazy things. Metabolic problems that come out of nowhere, ulcers in their stomach because they're stressed all the time, cancer sometimes. I don't know. I cannot say that definitively, but stress definitely is never good. And in as much as those things are great, they do bring on stress into your life. So to make this, to make your future easier, take your time. Don't feel pressured. Don't feel rushed to want to make a decision right here, right now. And that's something that honestly, guys, I had to overcome and to create my own rules around. You know, what happens if I get married at 35 instead of 30? What would happen if I get married at 40 instead of 35? Granted, your biological clock, this, that, and the third, but I'm not necessarily worried about that. I'm worried about my peace of mind. I'm worried about my quality of life. So I would say take your time. Don't feel like you're being left behind. The fear of missing out. Honestly, like I bet you a lot of the people that who, got married super early, if they could tell you something, they'll tell you that if it was up to them, they would have probably waited. So you have the time, take the time. I don't know how old you are, but don't rush it. Don't rush it. Enjoy the present because the time and the season is going to come and where you're going to be pulled into 10,000 different sides and you're not going to know where to go. And as far as advice, I one thing that I had to really understand is on paper, these men can be God fearing, attractive, have a good job, you know, loving, kind, all of that. But your heart has to choose them as well. Your heart has to choose them as well. So don't feel pressure to just make a decision because certain person checks off all the things on your list. Like make sure you're really doing this for the right reasons. That's all I'm gonna say. Ooh, guys, it's almost 7. Oh my gosh. We'll stay till 7:10 and then I'm gonna hop off. But how's dating going though? Like it's going well. It's going well, guys. Yeah. Sorry for the late response. I graduated in 2023. My husband, your brother, because he's from Ghana, probably went to the same grade school as you. LOL. That's funny. Um, okay. It's hard out here. Let's be single. These men are crazy. No, no, Mimi, don't tell yourself that. Don't tell you. I know friends who are married to great men. I have experienced some really great men. They're not all trash. There are some that are very loving and caring and not crazy. So please remove that idea from your mind because you've not experienced all of them yet. With all the single men in Ghana, why haven't you found your man in all your visits? guys, let me make something clear. The men are there. Michelle is the one that is not choosing because I don't know. Okay, the men are there. Okay, in God's time, He will make all things beautiful, and I just have to wait on that. If I wanted to have been married, I would have been married a long time ago. I could be married today. I had to say no to somebody today. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So, like, the problem isn't the influx of men, the problem is choosing the right one, let me say. Um, wow, this is so true. Thank you for this reminder. Be selfish when choosing and selfless within the partnership. Exactly. You said it so beautifully. Oh, Mimi, why have you lost hope? I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you. And I know I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I never feel lonely or nothing like that. I used to, but by God's grace, I'm not gonna sit here and say that. It's you know, but do not lose hope. Please do not lose hope. Do not lose hope. And also don't make the man the prize. Don't make them like the end all be all. You're thinking about getting a house, girl. Like you got it going on. You got to go. I don't know why I'm like belching. My bad, guys. You got it going on. Don't let them be the end all be all. Please. The right one is out there before you know it. Hmm. Damn. I also want to commend you because you did not settle. That tells me that you want to make the right decision. Some people will just accept whatever cards they're dealt with, and it doesn't seem like you've done that. So pat yourself on the back for wanting to choose right or wanting to be in a situation that isn't detrimental to you. Okay? You're not settling. And in God's time, Mimi, we're going to celebrate you when it happens. Please get in my DMs and let me know that, you know, it's happened because I will celebrate the heck out of you. Keep praying, keep praying. It's going to happen in due time. Um yeah, oh my gosh, on that note, you guys, this was so lovely. I honestly just want to do lives moving forward. I honestly just want to do lives moving forward, but we'll see about the vlogs. We will see about the vlogs. Um, I will talk to you guys in the next live stream. Let me take a little quick picture. Bye, guys. Oh, let's close out with a prayer. Yes. Hi, Deidre. Oh my gosh. Let's pray. Yes. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this gathering, oh Lord. Thank you for allowing us all to be here. Thank you for your faithfulness, oh God. Thank you for the heart that was poured into this live, Lord. I pray that you bless every single person that touched on the buttons to come on and to join me today. You know their secret heart desires, oh Lord. Fulfill them in your due time, Lord, in Jesus' mighty name, oh Lord. Let your peace cover every single heart that watched this live today, oh Lord. And I pray, Father God, that they retain something from this, oh Lord. I thank you, Father, for what you're going to do in every single one of our lives, oh Father God, that you are just getting started with our story, that you're just writing our stories, oh Lord, and that in the end, oh Lord, you will be glorified and we will give all the glory and all the honor to you. Thank you for making this possible. Bless their weeks, oh Lord. In Jesus' mighty name, I pray with thanksgiving. Amen. Amen. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see y'all hopefully next Sunday. Bye.